Our guest on Just Talking is born in the motherland of Russia. I introduce to you all Tom the Commie. How's it going, my friend?
Tom, where are you? There you
Hello,
are.
hello, people.
like
how are you doing?
I like how you put on a hat at the last second, because I was going to say you were starting to look like the Russian Justin Bieber at 11.
I'm still Russian Justin Bieber, but with communist hat.
Are you going undercover? Because I'm sorry, Bieber is in all the news. I am so loving his new album. So are you like going to be like a Bieber Russian spy? I want to know.
No, I actually don't like music like this. I like my favorite singer is Vladimir Putin. This is who my favorite singer.
Shirtless. I'm sorry, Putin's got a hot body for an old man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
He's
yeah,
not
he
old
does.
man. He's not old man. Stop calling him old man, Marisa.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him and tell him about this.
Well, let's start with this, because it already sounds like Marissa's starting to brew beef with our Russian comrade. Okay.
Yes,
and you know, my thing that I've noticed from you, Tom, is what do Americans do that Russians can't stand?
Well, guys, to be honest, Russians hates everything Americans do. That's it.
Everything?
But,
That's it.
well, of course, I'm joking. In fact, many of, not majority, Russian people like the United States and Americans, because we all have grown up watching Hollywood movies and TV series, playing American video games, and reading comic books like Spider-Man and X-Men. Now, speaking about American music, but what Russians don't like about Americans, maybe is that like fake, sometimes non-sincere smiles and how are you kind of questions that doesn't imply real interest of how you're doing right now and so on. But another thing maybe is just obsession with materialism and money, though we also have that problem, of course.
Yeah, I mean, why is that so weird to just be polite to someone? If I'm like going to the donut shop, which I hope to do sometime soon in 2021, and I just want to, you know, see a stranger who thinks I cut them in line, and we say, sorry, and I say, how are you? And I smile. Why is that weird? Because, you know, I learned this from one of my favorite comedians, Russell Peters, and I have a feeling I know why Russians don't like to say, how are you? Am I correct in Russia to say how are you means koktila? Is that you saying how are you?
No, it's not true. It sounds different, but you know what?
Well, how do you say how are you then in Russian?
No.
Is Russell Peters lying to me this whole time?
Yeah, it sounds weird on English language, but in Russia it's normal. It's like every day. And by the way, Vladimir, the ones that you thought about, always ask me, hey Tom, where is that damn cock dealer? And I'm saying, we'll get him in the office, I promise.
So how do you say how are you in Russian?
Cock dealer.
Oh, it is. It's cock dealer. Oh my God.
Как дела?
It is.
No, it's not cock dealer. It's как дела.
Cock dealer. I deal in some cock.
Yeah, you're very close.
I think we just found out why Russians hate to say how are you, because they get stuck in that mode. Okay, so I'm glad that we figured that out. But you know, the thing is with me is, Tom, you know, you're obviously a communist. And
no. Нет, I'm not the communist. I swear by my vodka and my KGB ID. I'm not the communist.
Oh, okay. But
no,
you were born in the motherland of communist Russia, right? I mean, what is the biggest misunderstanding of Russia?
I think it's actually totalitarianism and like dictatorship type of government. And jokes aside, but the Western world still thinks that communist Russia is all about this gulag, mass shootings, concentration camps, bears and soldiers on the streets, and of course, nuclear weapon, and of course, nuclear vodka. Oh, I mean, just Russian vodka. And so some of those are really true, but like communist Russia, known as USSR, has a lot of advantages that America didn't and still don't have. You know, like free housing, free medicine, free education, including actual higher education. And besides that, people had guarantees, they were sure that they would find the jobs after graduation.
So is it fair to say that Russia could be possibly socialist more than communist?
Yeah, because, you know, like communism is like different social formation.
But you know what? I did watch one of the greatest climate change films that was made in Russia called Chernobyl.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's actually a great movie, by the way.
Yeah. All jokes aside. But Marissa, you were going to say something?
Okay, yeah. So you're saying that after higher education, the Russian government has guaranteed you a job, but have they guaranteed you a job in the field you got educated in? Because if I'm an art teacher,
Yeah.
am I like
Actually, yeah.
shoveling poo? Like that's a job.
Shoveling poo? That's your
poo.
degree in acting, is shoveling poo
No,
after you.
I said, what if that's the job the Russian government gave me? They're like, oh, I'm so glad you're an actor. Here, go shovel some horse poo.
Well, actually, people they were applied to jobs they finished college for. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it
I
was
think
like
that
yeah,
is
so it like
nice.
fits in. It's not like right now, because like people with economics degrees, they go to work to like in stores or something like that, or start a business. In communist Russia, you couldn't start a business, of course, because you're gonna be sent to Gulag. It's not true, of course. But if you have a degree in economics, you're gonna work in economics field.
And I got to ask you this because I think you really touched on it, Tom, right away. To me, Americans always have a one-sided perspective of
That's
Russia. And what was it like growing up there?
Well, it's a good question. You mean like growing up in communist Russia or like in real Russia?
Oh, just, I don't know what the difference is. I mean, you might have to flatter the listening audience because, again, we don't know anything. It's like the largest landmass on Earth. And I feel like I know this much.
It's very different actually in Russia, like how people treat each other. I think Russian people are more emotional, more empathetic, but maybe
Emotional.
yeah, actually, yeah.
Wow. Because like every time I think
Yeah,
about a
yeah,
Russian, it always
yeah,
feels like they're holding in a secret.
yeah,
They go,
like
oh,
this.
you,
Like this. I know,
right.
I know.
And you were just telling me you're like, they're very emotional, but they hate smiling in public. Is that something because they just like to hold it in? Is that like a cultural thing?
Yeah, it's like a culture, because like in Russian culture, you have to smile to people you care about, that really. But if you see like some guy, like that Chris Collins guy with this strange hair on
If I,
his head, and he's like trying to ask you how are
oh,
you doing, and he's
yeah.
like smiles to you. I was, oh my God, what do you want from me?
So when
I
Is
think,
this like harassment?
I think Russians are more like New Yorkers, or New Yorkers are more like Russians, because in New York,
right.
you only smile if you genuinely mean it. In LA, we have like,
Yeah,
hi,
exactly.
how you doing?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
it's
when
more
I'm
about
smiling
this.
at a Russian guy, he's probably thinking I'm hitting on him now. Every time I'm like, hi, how are you? He's like, oh,
Are you
God.
are you a cock
Yeah.
dealer?
Yeah, how you cook? How are you cook,
How you cook dealer?
Oh, that's so funny. But let me ask you this because, as a Russian commie, I did find it fascinating that you left Russia 6 years ago to go to America. What made you trek like halfway across the world?
Well, actually, because I want to see a world and I want to get a higher education, and the reason is not what made me leave country, but who made me leave country, and this is Vladimir, and that you thought about. This is him. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
Kieran's secret mission to make America great again.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I don't understand why you would leave Russia for a higher education that you have to pay for if you get a free higher education in Russia. So being a spy makes more sense.
Well, as Tom, you did jump to it. I mean, if you are coming here to, infiltrate America from the inside, let me ask you this question because, talking heads in the media aren't highlighting Russia's failed attempts to elect Donald Trump. And how did the Russians allow President-elect Joe Biden to win this election?
Well, first of all, hold your horses, guys, because it's a very confidential information. But even though we failed to make Donald Trump your president, again, we decided to make Joe Biden your new president instead. And that was the whole plan. And by the way, whoever you choose in the American elections, it would be our man, including Kanye West.
What is the benefit for a Joe Biden presidency for, let's say, Russia?
I think he's just a funny guy, and I think he has some problems with memory, I think, because sometimes he forgets things. And one time he said that billions of Americans have coronavirus, and it's billions of Americans, which is not true. And I think it's funny, and like people in KGB in my job, oh, I mean, just in Russian government, they
Oh,
just want to
gotcha.
watch this and laughing at this.
Because I was
But
starting to think,
yeah,
well, I was going to start to think, I mean, we did hear, Joe Biden, he was riding his bike the other week, then he was playing with his dog Major and then got hurt. To me, it sounds like Joe Biden maybe has the more physique of Vladimir Putin than the picture on your screen right now of the orange tangerine.
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But by the way, I think Joe Biden, he is more aggressive towards like American foreign policy about Russia, because like according to his like quotes, but I still not sure. You know what? Because like every new president, he always say like, "Oh, I'm going to make America great again. We're gonna decrease or like we're gonna like be friends with all of the world." But you know what? It's never really happened, because I think in America, it's not president who decides everything, but like a group of people behind him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And my thing is, it's like, do you find as a born Russian now living in America that do you feel like there's something? Are you worried that people are going to start bringing more Russia collusion and all that kind of mayhem more in the next 4 years now that Donald Trump's out and Joe Biden's in? Do you feel like, the 2-year period when the Senate start racing again, with their races, do you feel like that kind of collusion is going to start pumping up? Because I know here in California, Adam Schiff, he's still looking for you, man. He's still looking for all them communist spies out here in America.
I don't know, actually. It really depends, because right now world is quite unpredictable, and I think like people, all world leaders, they should concentrate their attention on solving problems like coronavirus, economic downfall, the crisis of diplomacy in the world, which is also a big problem. So I don't know right now.
Yeah.
Well, I as like just a normal communist guy wants everything to be good.
And I gotta ask you this because you are from Russia, and sometimes when I think about Russia, I think about the millennials, right? We get blamed for everything. And if something happens in this election, if Donald Trump ended up winning, I guarantee you Russia would have been the first thing uttered out of the left party. And why do you feel like Russia, even in 2020 today, still continues to get the flack for everything that happens on planet Earth?
Well, because America envied to us and wants to steal our secret vodka recipe.
Oh, again, the vodka, the juice.
Yeah.
Okay,
juice,
I have to say about being envious of Russia. So in my history of like America, I thought U.S. won the World War II, like was the pivotal reason why. And it wasn't until later I found out it was actually Russia. So I feel like there's ongoing jealousy happening here with Americans and Russians.
No, I have a hard time even believing that fact. That's crazy. I would like to see you say that to a U.S. vet right now here on this soul.
No,
ground.
Look at World War II. The tipping point was Russia's infantry in. We came in later in the game. It is a ticket. 100%.
But that doesn't mean that Russia defeated the World War II for everybody.
No, it was an ally. It was an ally. I'm not saying they defeated hands down, but they
it's
were.
America as well. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But like Russia really contributed like maybe more than America, because America came like really later, as Marisa said.
Yeah,
so,
and my grandpa fought in World War II as a Navy, had 3 of his submarines sunk. So believe me, I have respect for our vets.
Okay.
Okay. Jump in there.
Hey, we can agree to disagree, but that's all right. At least you got in
read your history,
with,
Chris.
The Russian commie. Hey, I live in a household with a historian teacher, by the way, and she would say you're dead ass wrong. But okay, we're gonna move on from that one, because I actually, since we're all trying to put each other to the test, why not put our own Russian commie CCS contributor, Tom the Commie, to the test? So I got a Russian trivia for you just to see how well you know your motherland of Russia. So the first question I got here is just to kind of kick things off. What is the capital of Russia? A, Moscow, B, St. Petersburg, C, Novgorod. Obviously, that's not the right answer if I butchered it. And T,
I don't know. I will tell this first. I'm not sure about the capital Russia has, but I know that in future, the new capital of America would be Moscow. That's for sure.
Oh, the American capital will be
Yeah,
Moscow.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, so obviously you're correct, Tom. It is Moscow. It's the capital of
It's
Russia.
Moscow.
So this one kind of
Not only Russia, America. You should tell this right now, Chris. Not only Russia, but America. You should tell this right now.
Yeah. I'll let you complete your job infiltrating from the inside.
I'm gonna call Vladimir.
Okay, that's fine.
I
I'd love
promise.
to see. I'd love to see Vladimir come on the show because I wonder if Vlad knows this question because you need to know this because Vlad's on the air listening to the Chris Collins Show right now, and he wants to know if you know this question. Which of the following countries does not border Russia? A. North Korea. B. Finland. C. China. D. Iran. Iran is correct. Look at this kid. He's good. You want to throw? Do you want to ask a friend for question number 3? Or do you think you can continue on with this? And when I say ask a friend, you would be having Marissa answer this question.
Well, actually, I thought about friend as Vladimir, but Marissa can help too.
Okay. So he's calling in a lifeline. Marissa and Tom the Commie. What building in Moscow houses the Russian government? A. The White House. B. The Kremlin. C. Winter Palace. D. Red House. And E. St. Basil's. See, I would have never known this.
Is it just the Russian government?
This is saying what building in Moscow houses the Russian government? White House, the Kremlin, Winter Palace, Red House, or St. Basil's? What you got?
It's the White House, actually.
I couldn't believe you got that right. See, I got that.
I would have gone White Palace. I would have honestly gone White Palace. I'm glad you didn't call me in.
What's funny that you say the White Palace because it's like, does Russia even have a summer? I mean, you would have thought it was the White Palace, right? Because like, it's always so cold over there, right?
No, it's actually, we have a very good summer, by the way.
Really?
It's actually a very hot summer, I would say.
Oh, okay. So see, I don't know anything at all, obviously. But number 4, Marissa's going to show you an image right about now. In this photo, what hat originated in Russia that the UFC legend is wearing on his head right now? So we will pull this picture.
Okay.
Again, in this photo, what hat originated in Russia that this UFC legend Khabib is wearing on his head?
It's on Caucasus region, by the way. It's a national hat in Caucasus region. It's like in the south part in Russia, nearby Caspian Sea.
But what do they call this hat?
How it's called? Well, it's a good question. Is it papaja?
That is correct. Oh my gosh, this kid's good.
I honestly thought he just dyed his hair.
Question. Yeah, because papajas could look like those. I call them like the raccoon.
I thought it was a bad read.
It's like this 80s African American disco haircut. Yeah. But with a white one.
Yeah, but that one's like a white afro. It looks like something you'd see in like a Naruto. Like the anime series. But okay, you got the last question here. Let's see if you can pull this in together so Vlad could be happy that he sent a right communist spy into America, all right? Russia has a larger surface area than which of the following? A, the United States. B, Pluto. C, Antarctica. Or D, all of the above? Pluto?
Yeah, I think it should be Pluto.
Oh, you were so close, man, but it's actually D, all of the above. So if you put them all together, yeah, the U.S., Pluto, and Antarctica.
Oh my god, I failed this test. Vladimir gonna kill me.
He's gonna, well, you did kind of say it like, yeah, I know.
You got a third right.
Well, they calling Pluto not a real planet anymore, so they're calling it like a dwarf planet. Maybe
it's not a real planet, so you cheated, Chris.
No, it is a planet. I'm a Scorpion. It's a planet. It screws up my astrology if you take Pluto out of the mix.
I just have to say, because Venus is a Russian planet now, and obviously they're going to call Pluto a dwarf planet as Putin.
Yeah. That is true.
But hey, Tom, I just wanted to say thank you again for joining the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. If you haven't read Tom the Commie's weekly blogs, they're phenomenal. You really get that taste of that Russian influence in your work, and you're so real to who you are. And for anybody that wants to follow you on social media, where can they find you at?
You can find my Instagram. It's Tamerican. Do you want me to spell this?
You know what? We'll post it right after the show on our
please, 'cause
social
it's
media
not gonna
page. So
work.
we'll
It's
help
not
you
gonna
out, brother.
work.
But thank you again, Tom the Commie, for joining
Thank
the
you
Chris
again.
College
Okay,
show.
so let me hug Marisa and let me kiss you. Chris.
Oh yes.
Thank you. I guess he doesn't prefer his Russian women. He likes the Russian men. I'm just kidding.
No, he likes the
Yeah, yeah.
American women.
American men.
American women, baby.
Yeah, like
always.
beautiful as Marisa, of course, and Chris,
Yes.
of course.
Okay, I'm blushing.
To my
Thanks.
beautiful ladies.
Well, you know, I wish I could say bye, but I'll say cucadella. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.